Don't trust this terrible economy. Americans are beginning to flee Western society as everyone can feel it. The prices are going to skyrocket even more. People will not be able to buy food. The banks will lock the doors, disable the ATMs, and tell you that deposits are not available. Watch to the end of the video to fully understand the implications of what's happening here, how this is going to affect you, and how you can protect yourself going forward. Today's video comes from Traveling with Kristen. Her channel will be linked in the description of the video, so you can go check her out and support her. And now let's just go ahead and jump right into the video.
The number of Americans who say they want to leave the United States has been steadily increasing over the past 50 years, but I don't think anyone was ready for what happened the week after the 2024 election. And I'm not talking about who won the election. I'm talking about the record-breaking numbers of Americans who were searching online for how to leave the country. Now, this happens every election cycle, but this year was different simply due to the sheer volume and quantity of people searching for different things. This isn't just some fad or trend. This is a sign of underlying societal shifts in the psyche of the American public, where people are genuinely planning to move to different countries for a lot of different reasons, but also motivated by political reasons. So in this video, I want to share with you the top 10 countries that US citizens want to move to right now, and how you can do it too. So let's jump right into it. The number one country that Americans are searching for is New Zealand, with a whopping 7,600% increase in searches for how to move to New Zealand. Now, it's no surprise that this country is at the top of the list. New Zealand is an English-speaking country. It has a lot of freedoms, the same that US citizens are used to, and it's also beautiful and not densely populated. You've got very expansive scenic landscapes and nature, surrounded by water, lots of different water sports, beautiful views of the ocean, and it's a place where the citizens and residents who live there are generally happy. One of the things I've noticed this week with hundreds of people contacting me through my website is that people are just looking for a place where they can be safe and happy and just enjoy their lives without a lot of drama. New Zealand is certainly a safe place to go. It consistently ranks at the top of the Global Peace Index for the safest countries, most peaceful countries in the world. So it sounds like that is one of the things that people are looking for. If you're looking to move to New Zealand, one of the more popular ways to go, especially as a young person, is with the working holiday visa. This is something that a lot of countries offer, Australia as well. So if you're between the ages of 18 and 30, this could be a pretty straightforward way to be able to live in New Zealand for a year or more.
So, guys, outside of the celebrities that are fleeing the country because of the things they did at those Diddy parties, the average person is seeing that things are only going to get worse. All of that helicopter money is about to go bye-bye. Okay? Trump and Elon and Vivek, they're going to be getting rid of all of that money, that funny money that has been damaging the economy. They're going to be closing down departments. A lot of these people and organizations that have been benefiting off the US tax dollar won't be able to do that anymore. The prices in America are going to go up in the short term, and it's going to hurt a lot of people. The electronics that we enjoy, they're going to cost a lot more. Don't be surprised when a $300 or $400 mid-range phone now costs $600 or $700. Don't be surprised when the PlayStation 6 comes out and it costs $1,200 or even more. Don't be surprised when even the cost of clothing and medicine increases, because this is what we are ultimately looking at right now. And I guarantee you, housing prices will continue to skyrocket. It's going to be absolutely insane. People are already spending ridiculous amounts of money for rent. It's only going to go up more from here. Expect the average rents to be something like $3,000 to $5,000 a month in a lot of places. People will not be able to afford these rents, and no one actually cares. All right. The people who are doing this do not care. They're going to charge, and they're going to charge you good, and you will have nothing left, okay? You will be a part of the working poor. Many of you say, "Oh, I'm already a part of the working poor," angry. Oh, there's much further for you to fall. You can go much further down, guys, okay? You need to have yourself a decentralized bank account. You need to have your ducks in a row, and you need to be able to access your money anywhere in the world. So if you need to pick up and take off at any given moment, it doesn't just mean if you leave the country, but if you need to travel across country, you need to be able to leave instantly, know your money is following you, and that you are secure. Stop listening to these idiots who are saying, well, if the power grid goes out, if all the electricity goes out, then what happens to your money then? Guys, if all the power goes out, being able to use cash or crypto, those are the least of our problems. It would be like something out of The Walking Dead, all right? People would not be buying things, everyone would be stealing things. Guys, let me ask you something. What would you do if tomorrow the banks froze your account, if you woke up, checked your balance, and couldn't access a single dollar? This isn't some far-fetched scenario. When the economy crashes, and it will, big banks won't be able to honor deposits. Your hard-earned money could be locked up, gone, or worth far less than you thought. This is why I created an expat's guide to decentralized banking and off-the-grid living. This course is your survival guide for protecting your wealth and escaping the chaos of a collapsing system. Guys, if you don't think it's collapsing, you are fooling yourselves. Here's what you're going to learn. How to replace your bank account with crypto so you're in control, not the banks. How to get paid in crypto and avoid the fiat system entirely. Yes, you can get your paycheck in crypto. It's unbelievable. How to access cash instantly using crypto. No middlemen, no delays. And advanced secret banking methods that let you protect and grow your money even without banks or crypto. This isn't just about staying ahead. It's about surviving when the system fails. When banks falter, when ATMs stop working, and when the world looks for answers, you'll already have one. The future is decentralized. If you don't prepare now, you'll be left scrambling later. Click the link in the description and get access to the course today. Protect yourself, your family, and your financial future before it's too late. This course isn't optional, it's essential. Take action now. And for a limited time, you can join the Academy for the cost of a cup of coffee. The next financial meltdown will bring the end of the US dollar. That's one of the reasons why Donald Trump is saying that they're going to be purchasing $1 trillion worth of Bitcoins over the next 4 to 5 years. And these coins cannot be sold for 20 years at least. And it will serve as a reserve currency. Guys, this is no game. Donald Trump is also, his tech company is purchasing an exchange right now. And the Donald J. Trump coin is coming. Crypto is how we are going to be able to protect ourselves. The great meltdown will bring the end of the US dollar. I actually have a video from the Money GPS. His channel will be linked in the description, so you can go check him out and support him. He delves into this subject more, so we're going to go ahead and jump in and check this out because it's very critical that you understand the living hell and nightmare that is soon to be upon all of us.
The melt up is going on right now before our very eyes, and you might ask the question, what's going on? We're going to answer that today. You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. In today's video, we're going to look at what happens with the US dollar, and of course, the markets in general when the United States government starts to hyperinflate their currency. I'm going to explain it all right here, right now. First, we're going to look at the issues that are going on. Then I'm going to talk to you about what is mathematical and what cannot be avoided. Okay, so it's going to be two parts to this video. Part one, let's begin. You're seeing US stocks have already reversed a third of the post-election rally. Oh my goodness. You gotta sell sometimes. That's the way this works. And you have to expect, that it does go down sometimes. This is part of a normal process, that you have investors, you have speculators, and they're taking some off the top. That's what's been going on. This is a melt up. Okay, they call it a melt up. I don't really like that. I like it as a devaluation of the currency, but let's use that term so we can hit those keywords. Credit card debt hits a record $1.17 trillion. You see what's happening here? More and more debt. This is not good debt, supposedly good debt. You know, people buying homes, 20% down, they're diligently paying. That's not what this is.
$1.1 trillion in credit card debt. That's what Americans have right now. Guys, we are so cooked. People are using that money to live off. They're using it to buy food. They're using it because they can no longer survive. That's how tight they are. These companies will never see that money ever again. The number of record bankruptcies is going to be insane. Okay? You don't want to be a part of that crowd. Guys, I'm telling y'all, you won't be able to get your money out of the banks. All right, they're gonna put you on an allowance system. You go to the banks, they're like, listen, you can have $50, like when Greece collapsed, and that's it, $50 a day, and you're lucky. They'll be like, you're lucky because we don't have to give you anything at all. All right, do you want to eat? Do you want to eat? It's not a lot, but it's enough. All right, okay. It's not your money. It's our money. It's not your money. It's our money. You're the creditor. It's our money now.
This is credit card debt. This is 20, 25, even 30% interest rates. Insane. That's what's going on here. In addition, America's homes are piggy banks that few people can afford to raid. You're seeing people, they're using it as an ATM. Very dangerous policy, but of course, it goes on all the time. Jamie Dimon says that bankers dancing in the streets on the hope that there's going to be a loosening of regulations. The bankers dancing in the street, and it's coming from him, the demon himself. Can you believe that? There's all of this, okay? I'm going to connect it. Stick with me. PCE inflation slips to 2.1%. Annual rise moves closer to the Fed's target. I want to show you that inflation is not going to come up in the statistics. You're not going to see any of this because we are moving towards devaluation. Why though? Does it have to be that way? No, we are already Wile E. Coyote off the cliff. Can't be reversed, won't be reversed. That was part one. Part two, I'm going to make it as quick as I can, okay? And then, by the way, if you're wondering, where the heck has this guy been? End of the video, I'll tell you, okay? The long-term consequences of what we have been seeing all along. You know, you can't walk away from that. You can't ignore that. And right here, you can see it for yourself. Government current expenditures, interest payments, and this has absolutely skyrocketed. Absolutely skyrocketed. And of course, you'll hear from one person, you hear from another person, oh, don't worry, it's manageable, it's not, whatever. You say whatever you want, but I can be very clear about this and intentional about this, that you have a problem when the government is paying $1.4 trillion just on interest. Do you not see a problem with that? The expense is bigger than all of the bombs that are being dropped around. They're bigger than spying on your phone calls and emails. It's bigger than all of this put together. The interest, and the interest gets paid before you do. So the government actually will pay interest on this nonsense fake debt that's been created out of thin air, rather than give you what you need, whether it's healthcare, whether it's education, whether it's your infrastructure. No. Interest. Okay. So they're going to do that. They're not going to change. They're not going to say, okay, we're done with this interest thing. We're not going to do that. We're going to put it. No. They're not doing that. It's 1.4 trillion and it's getting paid. Okay. And the bankers are dancing in the street. They already are. Trust me, they already are. Okay, especially at the Federal Reserve. And so we have a problem here, because if they're paying $1.4 trillion, what's going to happen? How is that ever going to get paid back? Well, that could be done in one way, simply by having these debt auctions, treasury auctions, and you have an investor that'll come in and they'll buy up the US debt. And so the system could keep moving. That's how it works, okay? They have an auction. All right, just like you would think, it's a regular auction. Hey, who's going to bid on this? Who's going to bid on that? All right, we're going to offer this 10-year note, and we're going to give, 5% interest. Okay, who's going to buy it? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Okay, you're going to buy it. You're going to buy it, and so on and so forth. But what if, the government wants to spend a lot of money, and instead of let's just make up a number. Instead of spending $1 billion this month, they want to spend $2 billion this month. Well, that's fine, as long as they can have a buyer. And you could see here, Monday's auctions were susceptible to demand shortfalls at $69 billion and $70 billion, respectively.
So the government has a greater commitment to its debtors than it does to the American people. They're worried about paying the interest rates versus the American people's survival. This is why ultimately Trump's reelection is a good thing, because it's going to rebalance things. It's going to force Americans to say, hey, we need innovation in America. All right, we're going to have to start making things in America again. We're going to have to start investing in our society. We're going to have to start buying from one another again. We're going to have to start creating things again. Okay? There's so many idiots who said, leave those jobs overseas, and look at where it got us. All of the money was flowing out of our country, and we were losing everything. And now that's coming to an end. Guys, I told you it's going to be literally like this. There's going to be all kinds of great policies. I'm waiting for some states, maybe Florida, Texas, Alaska, someone to do it first. Because the look right now, the idea is just to get rid of taxes entirely. No more property taxes. No more sales taxes. No more taxes at all on anything. Imagine being able to walk into a store and you pick something up, and it says, and this is the price of it. And what it says the price that it says is the price that you pay. That's actually how it is in Japan, where legally they have to list the actual price of the product. And that's where we're heading, I truly believe. Now, how are these things going to be offset? Of course, they're going to be offset by things like tariffs. And I think that we're going to probably end up seeing interstate tariffs. So when you have states that do away with taxation because it's no longer benefiting them, not the way that they would like, they're going to basically start doing things like interstate tariffs. If you build your products in their state, and then you sell them out of state, then if you build your products in the state and then you're selling them out of state, then people in the state will benefit from this. That's how it's going to operate. So, if you want to basically get better, make more money, then you're going to have to create opportunities, products, jobs in these states. That's what companies are going to have to do. And that's good for people. So it's going to be wonderful when you can go to a store. And like I said, you'll buy a bottle of, let's say, Florida. They get rid of taxes. They begin relying on tariffs. And, I can buy a bottle of Florida water. It's made in Florida. And this is great. And it's going to be more affordable. But if I want to buy a bottle of Poland Springs that's made in Maine, it's not made in Maine. But it's made in Maine, it's going to cost substantially more than the bottle of Poland Springs, the bottle of Florida water. So, for example, there's going to be an interstate tariff, and instead of the bottle being $2, it may be $3 now, or $2.50 or $2.75, versus Florida water that's made in Florida. And as a result, it's providing jobs to the local economy. So, it's not just people selling the water, but the manufacturers and producers, the plastic makers, the truck drivers, all of these things. So they don't have to pay those tariffs. And as a result of that does not get passed on to me. So now this bottle of water is only $2 or $1.50. And it's the same damn water. So whose water do you think I'm going to purchase? I'm going to buy Florida water because it's good enough. And it's going to create a lot of incentive for competition in these states where, guys, you may end up with phone manufacturers, local things like local phone manufacturers, local chip manufacturers. So you may end up with foundries, smaller foundries, chip foundries popping up that begin developing chips locally. It's going to create so much competition. People who make clothing, okay? Our Levi's jeans will be made in the United States again. Okay, American Eagle products like these are going to become big again, made in the USA. And those who have the infrastructure for this, they're going to be the ones who ultimately survive and thrive. Retailers that don't import their stuff from China, but for example, TJ Maxx, they basically get stuff from other stores that are getting rid of their inventory. they're going to thrive in all of this as well, because they're not paying the tariffs on that, and we're not going to have to pay the tariffs. And as a result, people who live within their means are going to be doing very, very well. I keep telling you guys to decentralize, decentralize, decentralize. Decentralize your money, decentralize your video games, guys. I buy all of my games on GOG. Good old games. I'm buying all of my games there now. I mean, will I ever buy anything on Steam? If there's something I want to buy and it's not available anywhere else and I'm not going to go and get the physical version, then yeah, I might pick it up on Steam when it's cheap. I want to play Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, but everything on Steam is basically a rental, so I'm gonna wait until it's a bit more affordable, and then I just treat it as a rental, and that's it. But I basically just try to avoid buying games on Steam entirely now as well, and I buy my games on GOG, and I can download my games from GOG, and I can play them, and I own my games, and they cannot be taken away. There's no DRM, digital rights management, and they have all kinds of versions. They have everything from Mac to PC, Windows, and because of Proton and Bazite, you can now play these games on a lot of devices, that support Linux. So Windows games on Linux devices. So it's growing. It's growing. Guys, let me ask you something. If everything fell apart tomorrow, if banks closed their doors, ATMs stopped working, and the economy collapsed, what would you do? You'd be screwed. You'd be screwed. How would you protect yourself, your family, and your future? If you'd be homeless. That's not a hypothetical. Look around. Our economy is crumbling. It's crumbling fast. It's crumbling horribly. Trump is not going to be able to save the sinking ship. And those who aren't preparing now are going to be left with nothing. They're going to be living in the woods with the bears. No money, no resources, no way to survive. Those homeless shelters smell. But there's a way to protect yourself and even thrive when everything else is falling apart. I've been warning you for ages and you don't want to listen. In my latest blog post over at Angry's Crypto Academy, I break down an incredible opportunity, a simple $10 move that could not only prepare you for what's coming, but could also set you up for true financial freedom. This isn't hype. It's about being ready when others are panicking. At the Crypto Academy, we teach you everything you need to know about crypto, how to buy, sell, and even day trade crypto for a living. We alert you to new trends before they explode so you can profit before anyone else knows what's happening. When the collapse comes, and it will, and you will probably be caught up in it because you don't want to listen, many of you, you'll be in a position not just to survive, but to thrive. While others are struggling, you'll be the one prepared, buying when everyone else is selling. This isn't optional knowledge, it's critical. For some, it will be the difference between life and death. And for a limited time, you can join the Academy for the cost of a cup of coffee. Click the link in the description to check out the blog post and learn more. Don't wait. This knowledge could be the one thing standing between you and financial freedom or financial disaster. The window is closing, and you don't want to be the one looking back wishing you had acted. Protect yourself. Protect your family. Be ready. And I'll see you on the other side, because it's going to be like The Walking Dead out there real soon, and you're not like Rick. You're not like Rick. You're not even like Carol. You're not going to turn it around. Okay. You're going to be done day one. All right, little bro, you're the little bro. You're going to be done day one. You're not that tough. You're not that tough. Either take care of your business now or get ready to be zombie food. I'm just being honest about that.
The 2 and 5 year note sales are the biggest of the Treasury's monthly fixed offerings, normally held on separate days. And they're more earlier, they're tightly clustered because of the timing and so on. And so you have this idea that, hey, wait a minute, maybe there's not as much demand. Now, we have to step back for a moment here. Look around the world. If you're an investor and you want fixed income, you can get it from the US, you can get it from Germany, you can get it from Canada, you can get it from, Egypt, whatever you want. You can do this. And oftentimes what happens is if you take a higher risk well, then you can get a better return. You don't know if you're going to get paid back, but for those people that are using it, usually they don't even hold it to maturity anyway, but they're going to be able to buy those, get the return on them, all right? If they think that the bond market is going to do what they, as they invest in it, basically. So the idea here is if there's too much debt, there won't be enough buyers. Who buys the debt in that case? Long term, we have a problem because there's not enough investors. The Federal Reserve has to come in, or suddenly the government can drastically be reduced, not by a little bit, not by a couple trillion, not by a couple trillion. My goodness, no, it's got to be drastically reduced. And are they going to do that? Of course not. Of course not. Okay. You can put tariffs on it. You can do it's like trying to have a Band-Aid over a gunshot wound. It's not going to fix the problem. Okay. So what can the government do? Well, I would ask, what are you doing for yourself, for your family? Because the government's not going to save you. That's the truth of the matter. You have to invest appropriately. You have to prepare accordingly. If you think there's going to be no inflation, if you think there isn't going to be inflation, then you would invest that way. But if you believe that we are encountering a devaluation of the currency, I think it's pretty clear, then you have to deal with it in the way that to me seems very logical. And it's that if you're making $1 million, well, that million ain't what it used to be. It just ain't what it used to be. And so you've got to be prepared for that. Take the actions.
I like to refer to our current money, the greenback that we use, as boomer bucks, because the baby boomers are the ones who control all of the wealth in the United States. They're the ones that are being bankrolled. For every $1, one tax dollar collected, almost 50% of it is going towards covering the expenses of the baby boomers, their social security, their health, their food, their utilities, their housing, even their transportation. Why is it that we are spending almost half of every tax dollar on the baby boomers, who are also the wealthiest generation in history? Don't y'all see something wrong with this? They have turned us into their SLAVEs, and they are using us to survive and have a good time. The United States dollar is nothing more than boomer bucks. They went and purchased their properties back in the 60s and 70s, many of them, and now they're turning around and selling these same properties for $3 million when it's barely worth $30,000. They bought this property for $7,800 in 1969, and now they want $3 million for it? Get the heck out of here. This is absolutely insane. Don't even touch this toxic drivel that these people are pushing. Don't do it. Do not do it. They are ripping us off, guys. Guys, if you want to protect yourself, there's so many ways you can invest. There's so many things you can invest in, that it's specifically in the crypto markets. There are a variety of different coins right now that will allow you to 100 times or even 1,000 times your initial investment. And I keep telling you about this, guys, because Money GPS just said it, okay? Long term, it's not looking good. Short term, it's not looking good. What you have to do is invest in yourself and invest in your future right now. The crypto market is heating up, and the chance to create life-changing wealth is slipping away fast. Bitcoin may already be out of reach for most, but there are 5 hidden cryptocurrencies poised to explode 100 times to 1,000 times in the coming bull run. These coins are flying under the radar now, but not for long. This is your chance to act before the masses wake up. Governments and corporations are gearing up for the next crypto revolution, and those who position themselves early will reap the rewards. These 5 changing coins have the potential to turn a small investment into generational wealth. At Angry's Crypto Academy, we break down the exact cryptos to hold, why they're set to soar, and how you can secure them with minimal risk. even if you're new to crypto. The clock is ticking. These opportunities won't last long, and missing out could mean losing your chance at financial freedom. Don't wait. Discover the top 5 cryptos to own before it's too late. Click the link in the description to read the full blog and start your journey to wealth today. And for a limited time, you can join the Academy for the cost of a cup of coffee.
Well, I saw the writing on the wall many years ago and I realized I got to do something else. So what have I done? Physical products business, okay? Selling on different platforms. I sell all around the world now at this point. Second thing, started a business surrounding Google Ads. So we're now just at the ground floor of that business. And we have basically my third thing, which is that I'm building an Amazon app. So I learned how to code, as they say, and we'll be implementing machine learning into that app. So it's just the things that I'm doing. So I've been extremely, extremely busy day in and day out, every single day, because I'm trying to do what I think is the right thing. Okay. I'm just going with what I think is the best. Who knows? We'll see if it is, but I'm trying to outpace inflation. I'm trying to make money globally. I'm trying to earn US dollar. I'm trying to earn, British pound. I'm one everywhere. I'm even talking to United Arab Emirates to be in locally over there. I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place because this world is changing. You don't have to say, well, if I get my guy in there, everything's going to change and I'm all good. Don't wait. Take the action today. How many people are going to watch this video and just go out, you know what? I don't need to do anything. I'm done. Or I'm going to go watch the next video.
I hope y'all have a side hustle. If you're not in crypto, I hope you have a side hustle because crypto makes money for you. All right? I keep telling y'all, it will make money for you while you are sleeping. Learning how to day trade cryptocurrency is a survival skill. This is how you can survive. Okay, with just a couple $100 or $1,000, guys, you can basically make, $50, $80, $100, $200 a day. It might sound like nothing to you, and you could spend 2 or 3 hours a day doing this, just setting trades and watching the trades. You can do it from your mobile app. You can do it from your laptop. You can do it from your tablet once you learn the skills. And we actually have a day trading course inside in the Crypto Academy for you guys. So if you want to learn how to do day trading, we actually do have that in there for you. But it's very, very important that you start doing something and you don't just sit around twiddling your fingers because we're heading for hell on earth. I keep telling you, you have to build something for yourself. You have to have money that is working for you. Everyone that called Bitcoin a scam, it's almost at $100,000 right now. It's constantly been sitting at $98,000. And once it breaks through that $100,000 barrier, it will likely end up hitting around $125,000 to $130,000 before it then retreats and we see a market correction. From there, especially with Trump coming in and the regulation that's going to be finally put upon it, regulation is actually good for cryptocurrency because now companies know what they can do. They know how they can invest in it and how they can sell it. And guys, and it basically means that all the floodgates will come open right now. All the money will start pouring into it. The United States is going to be using Bitcoin as a reserve currency, buying up $1 trillion worth of it, 1 million coins, guys. This is not a game. All right. So if this is what the United States is doing, what are all of these companies going to be doing? They're going to be buying up crypto as well. They're going not only Bitcoin, they're also going to be buying up the other technologies that underline cryptocurrency. You have to be prepared. Don't trust this terrible economy. Don't say that you're going to be fine because you won't be fine, guys. Many of you will be living in the streets, living in the woods, living in your cars. It's going to be horrible, all right? Don't be out there. Don't be that guy. I want to say you're better than that, but I know many of you aren't. I know many of you are bad like that, and you're just gonna like say I'm gonna do it like that. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna be out there in the streets. I'm gonna be in the woods. I'm gonna be chilling with Yogi and Boo Boo, and we're gonna have a good time. You're not gonna have a good time, all right? Yogi and Boo Boo are not gonna be the way they are on TV. Yogi and Boo Boo are hungry. Yogi and Boo Boo are hungry, and they like humans, all right? They like human beings, but not in the way that you think, all right? They are hungry, ferocious bears. Don't trust this economy. What do you guys think about everything that we said? Do you agree that if you do not prepare now, this is your last chance? And many people will find themselves in states of poverty, despair, and destitution in probably the coming months. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA. Men walking away. And cheers.